Hey there, so I'm Chloe. I was a New Vision student from last year, and I'm really excited to share my experience, what I learned, and what I wish I knew before going to New Visions last year. So next year I'll be attending Rochester Institute of Technology for Physician's Assistant Studies, and I'll be earning my bachelor's and master's. Okay, so first things first, the classroom. I love being in the classroom and your classmates become your family, and Gina is your number one supporter. Everyone there is there to learn and support each other, and we really became a family, and it was a lot of fun to get to know everyone and everything. So the next thing is while you're at New Visions, you get to do rotations in the hospital, which was also very cool, obviously, that you get a lot of hands-on experience. The first 2 weeks of New Visions is all like hospital orientation and stuff, and you do a lot of HLCs. You can just kind of click through those, but don't tell Gina I said that. So pay attention to the orientation, but once you get to pick your medical rotations and they're assigned to you, Gina assigns them, you pick your top 5, and then by the end of like 3 or 4 weeks, you get to go into the hospital and start working, which is so much fun because you get to know the staff, you're gaining so much experience, you're acquiring so many new skills, and you're just really broadening your knowledge and your experience. And it's a lot of fun to get to know, and you get to know your patients, and that's really cool as well. Also, your staff that you work with is awesome. Everyone in the hospital really wants to see you grow and excel and just be the best that you can be. So they're going to do whatever they can to put you where they think you'll be most helpful most of the time. And for me personally, I was able to gain a really good connection with the staff that I was able to work with, specifically in the pediatric emergency. Then I was able to ask one of the nurses to write my recommendation letter for college. So that was really cool to have that type of connection as well, where I felt comfortable enough to ask for that type of support. Also, when you wear your scrubs, always have your name badge. You seem really cool with all your badges that you get with it. You get this badge, and then you get a flu badge and a student badge, and then this badge that kind of helps you know what you can lift. And then I got this badge from one of the nurses that I was working with in the cardiac cath lab to kind of explain how the heart procedures go. And then this badge is a list of abbreviations in the hospital and medical terms and what they mean. And then this badge was a suicide awareness badge. So these are really cool, and you get to hold on to them and keep them, which is really cool. But don't forget them. I know there's been a couple of times where students have left them and then you get locked out of whatever unit you're in. So if it helps you, leave your badge in the classroom so that way you can get into the hospital and look all official. Okay, also another thing is that bring a mini notebook. I always had one that's like about the size of my phone, and I just stuck it into my scrub pocket, and that was super helpful because I was able to take notes whenever one of the nurses that I worked with, the one that gave me this, always quizzed me on different parts of the hearts and everything. So that was really cool. And it's also a great way to just write down like odd stuff from the unit and like how certain things run. So when you first get to a unit, then they each have their own system and what makes the unit run most efficiently. So for the first few days, I referred to my notebook a lot to kind of help me get oriented with whatever new environment I am. Okay, next on my list I have is the Portland Cafe. The Portland Cafe is so good. You just, sometimes they take a little long, so you'll have to work out the time issue, but either go like leave your unit like 5 minutes before. Don't tell Gina, but leave your unit like 5 minutes before, or like leave the classroom kind of early. And then you can get a breakfast crunch wrap, and it's so good. Breakfast crunch wrap with Chipotle mayo is a must. You must try it. So yeah, that was really good. Okay, so I also just mentioned the time in the classroom before you go to your units on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You have about like an hour to an hour and a half to do homework and have classroom discussion and everything. Really, really use that time because it allows you to kind of get ready for the day. You can get coffee and use the bathroom and everything and get what you need, and also have classroom discussions. And if you have a classroom discussion, then it might relate to what you see in the hospital. So that's also really cool as well. Another really big thing is advocate for yourself. It's so important that you advocate for yourself. You can see so many cool things and get so many new skills from advocating for yourself and having conversations with the staff in your unit. For example, I was able to go see a cardiac catheter procedure from asking someone on my unit if they could connect me to the nurse manager there or whatever. And I was able to see a cath lab procedure. So that was really cool. And on my first day, the lady had a massive heart attack and had to be rushed to open heart surgery. So that whole experience was so cool to see. Not that the lady had a heart attack. That was sad, but just to see a new side of medicine. And then it helped me make a decision of wanting my next unit to be the cardiac cath lab. Okay. Use your homework card. So at the beginning of the year, Juno will explain, like, you get a homework card and it just makes it really easy. I was looking around for one. It just makes it really easy to like write in your planner everything that you have to do. So here's an example. I have my planner right in front of me of how I was able to write in my planner with the homework card of all the stuff that I needed to get done. The homework card gives you homework for like 2 weeks. Oh, this one's a good one. The homework card gives you about 2 weeks of work to do at a time. So while you don't have to get it all done at one time, it does help you kind of pace yourself and know what's to do. Okay, the next thing is with the assignments. The assignments can be hard, but if you plan ahead and don't procrastinate like me, then the assignments are pretty doable, and some of them are enjoyable. We watch a lot of movies and do a lot of reflection things, so a lot of it is up to you in terms of like the work that you put in. But obviously the more work that you put in and more effort or whatever, the more reward and satisfaction you get from doing it. So it just really kind of depends on yourself. Okay, also what I recommend, let's talk about the scrubs for a minute. I really enjoy my scrubs. You have to be careful with the bleach wipes because the bleach wipes will stain your scrubs if you clean up like equipment and stuff. Don't get them on your clothes. I loved, if you didn't order a scrub jacket, order a jacket, because sometimes the hospital gets really cold and you want like a little jacket, and it's nice because it matches and you won't get dress coded for it too. So that's really cool. Sometimes there's leftover jackets in the classroom as well. And then don't forget your badge because it's pretty important and it gets you into a lot of places and you look pretty cool with all the badges underneath it. You get like 4 or 5, and most people that have been there for like 25 years only have the first 2 on their badge, so you look kind of cooler than them, but whatever. Let's see, what else did I love? Oh, the kitchen. Bring your own cup, like bring a mug or whatever, and then also maybe try to bring some more silverware, because sometimes people will take the silverware home. While that's okay, sometimes you gotta eat, girl. So yeah, so use the kitchen, bring some foods in, communicate with your classmates, plan like party days or movie days, and those are tons of fun and just kind of give you a break from all the studying and working that you've been doing. In terms of life outside of New Visions, and advice that I'd give for that is that this is your senior year, so still make sure that you leave time to enjoy it and spend time with your family, but also spend time with the people from your homeschool. I felt like that if there was one thing I could probably change is that I would want to spend more time with people from my homeschool and make an effort to spend more time with my homeschool. I think I was just kind of lazy and didn't want to, but spend the time with your homeschool friends, because it just goes by so fast and you only see them for half a day. So it kind of feels like you're already missing out just a little bit. But if you get to spend time with them at like games and other school functions, then that's really fun as well. Oh, another thing is if you talk to your teachers from your homeschool that you're in New Visions and you tell them everything, then they're most likely to be pretty lenient and kind of, they'll help you create a schedule for the work that you have due at homeschool and the work that you have due for New Visions. So they'll pretty lenient if you just talk with your teachers and keep open communication about your workload. Then that's super helpful for teachers to really kind of understand where you are mentally. And then also it's just so much easier when you talk to your teachers, just so much easier. The other thing that I was going to say, if you choose to take the bus to school, talk to the head person for bus transportation. I don't know, at Penfield it's Mr. Hennick or whatever front security guard is there. Talk to them, go in the first week and establish a time of when to get picked up from the high school and what time you'll be dropped off at New Visions, and then what time you'll get picked up from New Visions. And then what time you'll get back to school, because you'll need to kind of communicate that with maybe your parents, or some days if you're running late, then I know some students have like their phone numbers and can text or whatever and try to make sure that the plan is smooth, or to let your bus driver that you're not going to be there, or another student know that you're not going to be there. Anyways, you'll figure that out, but keep an open communication with that as well. Sometimes they get really frustrating, so make sure that you go and handle that yourself, so that way they don't assume things about you, girl. Okay, let's see. I think I already said this, but the work could be difficult, but really if you just stay on top of it and you plan, then it's doable and you just learn so much from it. I'm so grateful for the experience that I had at New Visions. I'm so grateful for Gina, who can be tough, but she loves you so much and just wants to see everyone succeed. So I really appreciate that. And I'm appreciative for all the classmates and friends that I've gained over the years. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy your time at New Visions. If you ever have questions or whatever, ask Gina for numbers of previous students. She will give you mine, and I would be super excited and super willing to help you out. And yeah, enjoy your year. Good luck.